Hey, what's going on, everyone? Before this video gets started, I just wanted to address the fact that I have recently gotten a brand new microphone. So hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better. I'm not sure it'll be a lot better, but hopefully there is a noticeable change, and I hope you guys really like it. Now, with that being said, let's get into this video. About a week ago, I uploaded a video about the worst case of sleep paralysis I've ever experienced in my life, and that is right now my most popular video, and it's definitely my best video just overall of me talking, because I've told that story so many times that I just knew how to say it. And I didn't think there was ever going to be an update to that video, but within a week there has been an update. And it's crazy because the events of that story take place over a year ago, and within a week I now have some more to tell you. And it's not as crazy, trust me, it's not like a whole crazy story, but there is a little bit I now need to tell you guys, and I really think you guys are going to be interested in this. As I talked about in the video a week ago, I mentioned that sleep has always been a difficult thing for me, about how I lay there forever before I actually fall asleep. Well, I was talking to a couple friends about it last night as we were just, hanging out, and I mentioned maybe I'll try some melatonin because I've always heard that melatonin is really good for you to help you fall asleep. And I'm like, alright, it can't hurt. So I drove over to Walmart, bought a bottle of it, and as soon as I got home, I just took it. Now, me not being the smart, intelligent person that I could be, I didn't read the instructions. I just grabbed two of them because I usually take two of everything whenever I take any kind of medicine, and so I took two of them. Needless to say, I read after I took it, I was only supposed to take one of them. So the events that happen in the next few minutes of the story could all very well be that I took too many of them, and when I fell asleep, because I will tell you this, it knocked me out within like 5 minutes. I was out cold, which was very good, but who knows, maybe it had a side effect that didn't go over well for me during my sleep. And that's very well a possibility, but I figured that is something you guys might want to know, just in case you guys have any theories about what happened. Alright, so once I get home from the store, I take two of these pills, and I'm knocked out. And I had some pretty good sleep, like, it was probably the best sleep I've had in a little while. And everything was going well, going perfect, until about 2:33 in the morning, and I wake up wide awake. And that happens to me every once in a while, that's no big deal. But then the fact that I could not fall back asleep was really strange, because I'm usually like able to fall back asleep pretty quickly once I wake up in the morning, or once I wake up in the middle of the night. And this time I couldn't. But after a while, I did. And that is where our story starts. Because in all honesty, I have not had a sleep paralysis attack in quite a while, but last night I did. And I couldn't even feel it coming on like I usually can. And I think that might be due to the melatonin just not making me fully aware, or not allowing me to be fully aware that it was coming. And so I was very scared when it happened. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. It lasted like 30 seconds and then it went away. Well, as soon as it was gone, I'm like, alright, I can go back to sleep and it'll be fine. So I lay back down, and I was drifting off to sleep pretty quickly, but before I even fell asleep, it was like I was already re-paralyzed. And I was trying to fight it because I was so scared of it happening the first time, and I was really afraid of another incident like what happened in the video happening again. So I was trying to fight it, I was trying to stay awake, and I couldn't. And I don't even know if I mentioned this in the last video. I've never had visual hallucinations really, unless you count the handprint thing. But besides that, I've never had a visual hallucination during sleep paralysis. I know a lot of people have, I just personally have not. And I'm hoping this is all that happened, but I was trying to fight it by keeping my eyes open, and I couldn't. And my eyes would close and reopen, kind of like in a movie, like when someone's waking up and they're blinking really quickly. That's basically what was happening to me. And I could see this figure just standing in front of me. And I know some of the memes out there about our sleep paralysis demons. Well, maybe that's what that was. I hope not. I'm hoping it was just I actually had fallen asleep and that this was all just a dream. As a matter of fact, that's probably what it was. But I could see something, and it was kind of like the same presence that I felt in that video or in that story that I was telling you guys about. It had the same intensity. It had the same just emotion that I felt before. And it was horrifying. And to anyone out there that does see things when they are in this sleep paralysis state, I'm sorry, because that's something I could never relate to, because I'd never seen something like that before, and it was horrifying. And this time it lasted for a while, and I felt like I could feel it trying to communicate with me, and it wanted me to do something. And I thought in my sleep that if I don't agree to do what it's telling me to do, I'm not going to be able to get out of this. So I was forcing myself to speak, and I managed to make myself say okay or fine or something like that, and I snapped out of it. It was gone. I was awake again, but I was so scared, and my body was shaking, and my heart was racing a million miles a minute. I tried to go back to sleep, and as soon as I closed my eyes, I felt like it was watching me. Maybe whatever it wanted me to do, it wanted me to do it right then and there, and it hooked back onto me again. I couldn't move again, but I could still see, and then I saw it again, but this time it was even closer. And I said, fine, okay, I'll do it. And it went away again. And that time I sat there and tried to ignore it, just ignore that feeling of being so afraid again. And I just laid there. I laid awake for at least an hour. And I'm like, okay, I think it's been long enough. I think I can go back to sleep. And sure enough, I managed to fall back asleep after that. And I woke up this morning, got ready for work, and everything was fine. But it felt like something happened last night when I was trying to go to sleep. And that's all that goes to this little update of ours. So, yeah, you know, some creepy stuff happened. Again, maybe it was just I took one too many melatonins and it kind of messed with my head, and I imagined all this happening. Maybe none of it even happened. I really hope that's the case. If anything, God forbid, happens again, I will be sure to update you guys on this story. I hope I don't have to make a series out of me talking about my sleeping problems, because that's not something I'm wanting to do. But I will for sure. And while we're on the topic, with the last video I posted talking about this subject, someone actually commented back and was sharing their experience with sleep paralysis and how they have to live with it. And although I would never wish this on anybody, this feeling, it's nice to know that there's other people out there that know what you're going through. So if you're watching this video today and you feel like you have it worse than anyone, or you feel like you're the only person that goes through this, know that you are not. And if you feel that sharing your story in the comment section down below will help you, then feel free to do that. We're all here to help people. We're all here to help each other. That's what humans do. We want to help everyone. And that's about all for today. Just remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh God. Thank you.
Third party. There's another team as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a caustic. Someone.
Oh, I got me. There's one team over there, one team on us. Get them to go over there. There's another team there.
Yep, they just... Yeah, my God.
Is over there?
Yeah, I have to heal again.
Right there. Shooting at the lifeline, trying to pass me.
Where?
I'm out of ammo.
Well, we killed the kill leader. Okay, hopefully he'll revive you. Nope, he's an idiot. You get the circle, you guys need to heal.
Okay.
I don't have any heals to even heal myself, so I have to go. Oh, there's someone in front of me.
Okay. It's probably the other two. Because
I only see one at the moment.
Gibraltar team. The Gibraltar team that we fought.
Yeah.
Because they were next to us.
Knocked one. Got them both.
Nice. There's one more squad left. Heal up.
Yeah, I don't have any heals, I can't. Oh, I already see him. I don't know if they saw me, but
They're
I
too close. Oh, they're calling the care package.
Oh, okay.
Just wait for them to come. Care package. Oh, they saw me.
Well, yeah, there's one on top of the roof. One of them only has gold armor.
Doesn't
and
have any
45.
armor.
Oh, he did.
The two artillery.
Yeah.
Go left.
Go left.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still on the roof.
Still there. They saw me. Yeah.
It's two on me.
The lifeline doesn't have any shield. Knock the lifeline.
One here.
Knocked him.
Nice.
Last one's behind our teammate. Got it. There we go.
Nice.
Good game.
Only got 2 kills.